Hello again, I'm here with Christian Leybold from eVenture Capital Partners, who just held a speech at this year's edition of the IdeaLab. And we just got him for 3 short questions. Christian, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Great. So the first question would be about the IdeaLab, our conference here. What do you like about it and how does it differentiate with other conferences you attend?
Yeah, so I get to attend actually a lot of conferences, but what I like specifically here is that you have so many young people who are thinking about maybe starting a business or starting a career in the startup area, as opposed to most other conferences where you have people that are already in that space and that already run a company or that are just sort of a lot more senior and more down the road. And I think this is great that, let's say, it's a platform for people from the startup industry like myself to talk about it and get people excited. And I'd say, but maybe just a little bit of a counterbalance to, the Goldman Sachs and McKinsey recruiting stuff that you have going on mostly.
Great. Our second question would be a little bit more qualitative. So in Germany, there's a lot of things going on right now. What do you think are the most important things that go on, and how do you think the German entrepreneur scene has transformed in the year?
Yeah, I think it's sort of, starting to grow up. I would say what's very good is that we've seen a couple exits of German companies that have created significant value. So that shows that, even American buyers think Germany is an important market, and that certainly helps to motivate people. So there is some demonstrated success. I think you also see just a lot of people starting something. So that also is very good for us because obviously we like to see deal flow. Yeah. And I think, with that, we have a bright future ahead. I said in my talk that maybe venture capital funding is going to be more difficult to get. But that's for other macroeconomic reasons maybe. But I think in general, the scene is really growing up and a lot of interesting businesses getting started.
Hopefully not for IdeaLab attendance, the difficulty for venture capital financing.
We'll see about that. But what I said, it's also a good thing because it means less competition, for other things, other people that get funded with the same idea, less competition for the same talent, lots of other things that are actually good. And it's some of the best companies got started in a crisis time. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, our third question would be about trends. So what would you say about, let's say, the following 2 or 3 years? What are important aspects we should keep an eye on?
Yeah, I think as a VC always, our job is to know it when we see it. Yeah, if we knew it ahead of time, we'd do it ourselves. So that's what makes it difficult. But of course, there are a couple of areas that have a lot of momentum right now. I would say one of them is what we call sort of the online-offline convergence. Yeah, and probably started in a big way with Groupon, where you, for the first time, really attacked the offline spending and took that online. And everything that's happening, also companies like Kaufda that we had funded or other mobile couponing and so on companies, it's all kind of in that space, and there is a lot going on. And I think that's going to continue. That's one area. Another space that's very hot right now, but I think we really see just the beginning, is what we call collaborative consumption. So all the things about sharing, and we really think that the internet today is at a point where it's reducing friction out of a lot of different transactions that you wouldn't do offline, because it's just the transaction friction is too big. And there's also trust mechanisms. You can figure out, do I know these people on Facebook or whatever, that make it possible to do these transactions very quickly and easily. And that's something that has changed over the last couple of years, and I think that's going to continue. So those are maybe just 2 areas where, say, we're hoping for some good deals.
Let's hope so. So thank you for your interview and thank you for the attendance of the IdeaLab. Thanks.
A lot of fun.